How do you properly cite a quote from a text that is being used as evidence? Today during our ELA lesson, we will become masters in citing important passages and statements from a text. First, I will model how to properly cite a passage, then we will work on it together, and finally you all will be working together and independently to successfully cite passages. When we want to portray a character or event in a story, we need to use exact details from the text to support our claims. When using a direct quote from a text, we need to give proper credit to the author, which is called citing. Giving proper credit to the author is so important because it's their work, not ours. I'm going to use a quote from the novel we have been reading, A Series of Unfortunate Events, The Austere Academy. She had her hair tied back, of course, to help her focus her keen inventing brain on the problem that was facing the Baudelaires, and she didn't want to waste an ounce of her attention on the rambling banana-eating man in the front of the room. Snicket 102. I wrote down the quote and the proper way to cite it. We will do an example before you guys get to work on it with me. To make sure we are not plagiarizing, first we need to add quotation marks around the passage we are using. First at the beginning, and right here at the end of the quote. After the quotation marks, we do not add any punctuation, we add parentheses. And we add the author's last name and the page number in the parentheses. Once we close the parentheses, then we could add the punctuation. Danny, what's the author's last name in the series of unfortunate events? Snicket, that's right, perfect. That's why I put Snicket in the parentheses, and I found the quote on page 102. Once we close the parentheses, we can finally add the punctuation. Like I said before, we don't get to pick what punctuation we add. We follow the punctuation that was in the text. It could be a period, exclamation mark, or question mark. I came up with a funny mnemonic device to help you guys remember the right order for citing a quote. It's really funny, so I hope you remember. It's called Quit Playing Like Porky Pigs. First, we have quotation marks, then parentheses, and inside the parentheses, we put the last name of the author and the page number, and finally, the punctuation. Don't worry if you guys forget, because this sign will be hanging around the classroom. Now that you all know the proper way to cite a quote, I'm going to show you one that I made a few mistakes on. Hopefully you guys can help me. We're going to work on this one together. John, can you tell me one thing that's missing from this quote? That's right, there's no quotation marks. Great job. Again, right at the beginning and right at the end of the quote. There's some other things missing too. Allison, can you tell me what else is missing? Awesome, you're right. I forgot to add the page number, which would go right here after Snicket, 102. And there's one more thing I'm missing. Can you guys see it? Jamie, that's right. Tell me the mistake I made. Yes, I forgot to add the punctuation mark at the end, and it was a period. It goes right here after you close the parentheses. I'm so proud of you guys. You really were good at citing quotes. You were able to pick out exactly what I did wrong. I think you guys are ready to work on your own and cite your own passages. If I'm working with another student, just turn to your table members and you guys can work on the problem together. Also, don't forget, quit playing like Porky Pigs.